Hi guys, welcome to my video today's. How is everybody doing? I hope you all have a good day and yeah, good start to the new week. Guys, for today's video, I want to go through some potential trade ideas which nobody thinking about them, and it's including some interesting players like Jared Allen, Jalen Brown, Kobe White, and yeah, just a quick video. And I hope you enjoyed. If you do so, leave a like, subscribe to my channel. It's very much appreciated. And let's jump right into it. Alright, so the first trade is between the Golden State Warriors and the Chicago Bulls, in which the Golden State Warriors sign and trade Jonathan Kuminga and get Kobe White from the Chicago Bulls. It's an interesting idea because, yeah, the Jonathan Kuminga rumors have always been there. It's one of the most valuable assets, in my opinion. And we just saw, even in the playoffs, sometimes Steve Kerr didn't even play him. He's such an athletic player, a two-way player, can play good defense, good offense, super athletic. And yeah, I'm thinking he's probably going to ask for about 20 to 25 million per year. Which is fair for a player like him. He's still only 22 years of age. Of course, was the 7th pick in the 2021 draft. And yeah, so this year he started 10 games only. 47 from the bench, so he's not even a real starter yet, and he's probably going to ask for a massive payday, which is fair. He's averaging 15 points per game, a little bit down from last year where he just averaged 16. So that's not so good. 1.5 turnovers, it's all right. Almost a steal per game, which is very nice. Have a block, 2 assists per game, and then of course the 4.6 rebounds per game, which is nice. He's shooting about 30% from the 3-point line, and yeah, just a very good potential player. The Bulls are looking into a rebuild, and yeah, I mean, why not? Just, it's kind of like the Josh Giddey trade. Just give a young player an opportunity to play a lot and just see where he can take you. On the other side, we have Kobe White, a fantastic player, 25 years of age, out of North Carolina. Was also the 7th pick, but in 2019, so has 2 years more experience than him. Kuminga, he played in 74 games, started 73 of them, so yeah, he's a regular starter, of course. It's also 20 points per game, which is very nice. 2.5 turnovers, 1 steal per game, 4.5 assists, so that's the number you wish would get just a little bit up. 4 rebounds, which is great. He's shooting about 37% from the 3-point line and 45 from the field, and yeah, just gives them a little bit more experience at the guard position. It's kind of the same idea they wanted to do with Dennis Schroeder, in my opinion, which just didn't really work out. But the Bulls, not the Bulls, the Warriors window is open right now, and they just have to go all in. You know, you want to give Steph another title together with Jimmy and Kevin Looney and all those guys. You have to make some changes happen, man. I don't know, maybe it even has to be at the coaching position. Steve Kerr is not completely out of any criticism at the moment, so we will see. A very interesting one. Let me know what you guys think. So the next trade I want to talk about is between the Boston Celtics and the Dallas Mavericks. It is Dallas Mavericks acquired Jrue Holiday from the Boston Celtics for PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford, Oliver Maxence Prosper, and a 2029 first round pick, protected 1 to 14 via Los Angeles Lakers. So yeah, a protected pick, of course. And it's just very interesting in what the Celtics are going to do this offseason because of the Jason Tatum injury. And also they are paying their players over 500 million and are definitely in the tax penalties next year. So it's very interesting. Jrue Holiday is probably the most obvious one out. Maybe Kristaps Porzingis or Jaylen Brown as well. But I think they would like to hold on to Jaylen because of the Jason Tatum injury and just give him a bigger role. But yeah, so they would get some less money back, especially when it comes to 2026-2027 season, when all Washington, Gafford and Maxence Prosper are all coming off the books. So that's interesting. And on the other side, you have Anthony Davis, Cooper Fleck, Drew Holiday, and Max Christie. Very good defense, but Drew is 34 years of age and just really did not have the best year of his career. If you look at his stats, this year they are down. He started in 62 games, 30 minutes, down to 11 points, which is his lowest since his rookie year. 1 steal, 4 assists, which is nice, 4 rebounds, and he's shooting about 44% from the field and 35% from the 3-point line. So his shooting numbers are actually better than I expect them. But yeah, so 34 years of age, he's in the league since 2009. That's a long time, man. PJ Washington, of course, from the Dallas Mavericks, started in 57 games, averaging about 15 points and also 1 block, 1 steal. And yeah, it's just looking very good. There was even some talks, maybe him or his team colleague Daniel Gafford, who once played for the Chicago Bulls, which I'm completely shocked to see that. I completely missed that. He's actually going to LA, that's what I wanted to say. So yeah, he started in 31 games, played 57 in total. So he's sometimes coming off the bench, 12 points, half a steal per game, 2 blocks, which is of course very nice, 7 rebounds. He's shooting about 70% from the field. Of course, he doesn't take any 3 points. So yeah, good players. Al Horford probably has to go at some point as well, and those 2 players would be just great replacements for him. So they would save just a little bit of money if they let Al Horford go, or maybe sign him to a minimum and then Drew Holiday out. So we will see. Celtics, in my opinion, are a very interesting team to watch, and maybe even their title window is already closed. So I don't know, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section, guys. So guys, talking about the Boston Celtics, let's go to their star player Jaylen Brown. My opinion. In my opinion, Jaylen Brown is the real hero from the Celtics. I will choose him over Jason Tatum to be my number 1 guy. Such a great defender, good offensive player as well. Great two-way player. I mean, yes, the contract is terrible, so you don't really want that, but besides that, just a player. I think he's such a good all-around superstar. So the Orlando Magic acquired Jaylen Brown, which gives them a nice offensive swing to their team, from the Celtics for Jonathan Isaac, Anthony Black, Moritz Wagner, a 2028 first-round pick, and a 2030 first-round pick. So we have 2 first-round picks, which probably are not going to be too valuable at that point, because Paolo Banchero, Franz Wagner, and Jaylen Brown, yeah, there's some doubts about that now when I think about it, because they're all kind of the same forwards and just very much players. They are similar, so I'm not sure how great that fit would be. But I think you could figure out. You start Jaylen at the shooting guard, Franz small forward, and Paolo power forward, so you should be fine. Yeah, and the Celtics are getting some salary relief, which they really need, and some good defenders in Isaac, Anthony Black, Mo Wagner. So if you look at some stats, of course, Jaylen Brown, 63 games played. He's averaged 22 points, just a little bit down from last year. Together 2.5 turnovers, 1 steal, 4.5 assists, 6 rebounds, which is very nice. And then when it comes to the shooting, 46% from the field and 32 from the 3-point line. So yeah, good all-around player. Anthony Black, 21 years of age, out of Arkansas, 6th pick in 2023. Yeah, he's known for his defense, and I know that the Magic organization is very high on his basketball intelligence, but yeah, just never really found his way. Averaging 24 minutes, he played in 78 games, but only started 10 of them. 42% from the field, 32 from the 3-point line, and a total of 9 points per game, 1 steal as well, half a block, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. So the numbers are okay. Like, it looks like a role player, maybe like a Davion Mitchell 2.0. Maybe I'm too hard on him, but yeah, so Anthony Black, and then of course we know that Jonathan Isaac, one of the best defender in the NBA, definitely, but has some troubles staying healthy. But what a comeback story has he been, you know? Yeah, you love those stories. Moritz Wagner, great energizer from the bench. I think he even used to play for the Celtics, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, so looks like a win-win trade for me. But yeah, is it realistic? I'm not sure. Let me know what you guys think. So the next trade I want to talk about is the Cleveland Cavaliers acquire Cam Johnson from the Brooklyn Nets for Jared Allen, Jalen Tyson, and a 2031 first round pick. Maybe on a protection, I'm not sure, but that would just mean the Cavaliers, they had such a disappointing postseason. They came off of a 64 win season, and yeah, maybe it's just time to break up the Tower Twins. You know, maybe Evan Mobley just has to become your full-time center, and then you need to surround him with some better shooters than Jared Allen, and that's where Cam Johnson comes in. If you look at his stats this year, so he played in 57 games. He averaged 19 points per game, the highest of his career. 1 steal per game, have a block, 4 rebounds. So the rebounding would go down, of course, but he's shooting 39% from the 3-point line, and from the field 47%. And yeah, just 29 years of age, so he fits the timeline. 11th pick in 2019. So yeah, good player. When it comes to talent, I would choose Jared Allen over him. He's a little bit younger, 27 years of age. Out of Texas, he of course already was a Brooklyn Net once before. He played in all 82 games, about 28 minutes per game, 13 points per game, 1 block, 2 assists, which is very nice for his position, and almost 10 rebounds. So that number would go down when you bring in Johnson for him. 3 points, he doesn't take, of course, and 70% from the field. I know that he loves to cook as a hobby, and that's kind of a fun fact, like he's a great cook. But yeah, when it comes to basketball, I think it's time, man. Maybe you just have to build around Evan Mobley even more and just break it up, you know. That first round pick is also a sweetener of the deal, because yeah, you need to make some changes. You can't just run it back with the same roster and hope for a different result. We have seen this year after year, and the rumors always have been there. Can Allen and Mobley fit together? And maybe it's just time to give up on it. Alright, so the last trade idea I want to talk about is between the Phoenix Suns and the Milwaukee Bucks, and they swept their superstars, or former superstars I better say, Bradley Beal for Damian Lillard. There's probably a third team which has to be involved in it, because Damian Lillard makes about $500,000 more money than Bradley Beal. But either way, man, both teams need to make a change. I have no idea if that's going to work out. At this stage of their career, I'm not sure if you want either one of them on your team. Dame, of course, is also hurt. Bradley Beal, very disappointing year again. And would it help them? I mean, the Bucks, you know, if they really want to go into a change of situation, they have to trade Giannis and bring in some draft picks, young players. That's the only asset they really have to get something back, in my opinion. Lillard is not going to get you anything back. Brook Lopez definitely not. Kyle Kuzma is terrible in the playoffs, so no doubt about that. And nobody wants to give them anything for him. And you don't even really have a young core. Probably I'm forgetting about somebody, but you know, Giannis is the one obvious one you have to make a trade, and I'm not even sure if that makes sense for either one. But you know, it was just an idea I came across, and I think it's worth talking about it because they need some changes, both team. Alright guys, that's all I have for you today. I just want to make it a faster video, and I hope you enjoyed it. I love you guys. See you at the next one. Peace.